people on that team with the green light. Do not lose sight of shooters. Don't let those guys make a lot of threes early, especially because that could potentially give them a little bit more of an idea that they're going to get a win today in McHale. Got to stay with those shooters. Don't let them get open threes. Those are my keys tonight.
Well, they were firing. They must again, BYU we thought would take close to 30, and they were over 30, and so was Texas Tech. 33 three-point shots in this ballgame, which they made 12, so they shot 36%, which is not a bad percentage overall for three-pointers, but not enough to win tonight.
I didn't see, Kelvin, a lot of open looks is like the big key, because that's what they left some shooters open earlier in the season, but the Red Raiders were really a lot of pump fake flybys, and then going and finding open space and getting looks that way, or off the dribble threes, or off offensive rebounds, which is obviously the best time to take a three. But as far as Arizona's half-court defense and just losing track of shooters, I didn't see much of that tonight at all.
Yeah, I agree with you. They did a great job of making sure that a hand up was in their face. Texas Tech was just going to shoot them anyway. They shot them. It didn't matter. I mean, they did step-back threes, fadeaway threes. I mean, they were going to get them up, and some went down, and most of them didn't.
And you know what? 7 blocks probably had something to do with that, too.
All right, I believe I went second.
Well, and this is a 3-level scoring team, as you heard Corey Williams say in the interview we had with him. So you're going to have to pick your poison tonight, and I'd like to definitely, I think, for me, see the Wildcats take away the 3 and try to, if JT Toppin can beat you again, I'd rather go out losing with him beating me on the inside than the Wildcats letting these guys light it up from the outside. So I think you definitely have to take away that 3-point shot tonight, and JW mentioned it, 50-50 balls. I think you got to be 75-25 in favor of the Wildcats tonight in getting down and getting dirty. I mean, this is the battle. They like to call them fashion themselves. I think I was listening to one of the interviews, somebody fashioned them as gritty. We fashion us as gritty. So it's the battle of the gritty boys tonight. Which group of gritty boys is going to come out on top, which means you got to be ugly. This is a Toby Awaka style game. I want to see Toby bounce back, dominate on the boards. Toby Awaka, double digits. Let's get a double-double from Toby Awaka tonight. Double-digit rebounds, double-digit scoring. I think that's going to be key for the Wildcats to win tonight against Texas Tech. And then I think really the big thing is what J-Dub also said is you got to continue to dominate the boards. Plus 15 in the last 2 games. Against BYU and ASU. Keep that going tonight, and you'll be in good shape.
Plus 13 on the boards, 42-29. Wildcats won that advantage. Got my double-double from Toby Awaka. Happy about that, 14 and 11. And really, I think when you look at again, we just talked about they made 12 out of 33 threes, but a lot of those came from their big. I mean, 15 of those came from their 6 of those came from their bigs. So it wasn't like the guards, except for, Christian Anderson hitting 3, but the guards as a whole did not get hot from the outside.
Williams was shooting a lot. I will say this. I've been trying to find some Texas Tech post. It hasn't been posted yet. But as far as the gritty matchup, DK, Coach McCaslin had this to say in his post-game press conference. Arizona was more physical than us in every way. The way they pushed it in transition, the way they got it into the paint and scored at the basket through us, the way they bullied us with their defense and activity, they basically beat us in every area. I thought they played with such great force over the course of the game. We responded a few times. We just couldn't keep it up because of their effort. Gritty.
Gritty.
Yeah, and he's talking to his guys. Trust me. He know the guys that he have. He know the guys that he recruited, and he basically is telling them that they outplayed you. That's the reason why he took Toppin out a couple times there.
Kelvin's keys.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, number one, box out. The last time we played them, they beat us by 16 rebounds in the game. So I think we're going to have to do a huge job boxing out, especially boxing out JT Toppin, making sure offensively that we guard him, double him, and force the ball out of his hand. We can't let him beat us in the inside. I also feel like that only 8 assists, actually. I said 9. We had only 8 assists in that game. Texas Tech forces you to play one-on-one basketball. They really stay with their guys. They really deny. So I believe that we have to get into the lane and force those guys to help so we can kick out or drop off for some passes. We have to get that assist total up over 16 in this game to be able to beat these guys. And I also feel like the bench has to play well. We only had 14 points in the game against them last time. They had 21. Our bench has to beat them for us to win this game.
Bench won it. 30-17, another 30-point game for the bench. What did we? I think that we said they averaged right around 30. So they got their average.
Check the rebounds.
Yeah.
Let's see, 3 to 14
from the bench.
14 rebounds from Arizona's bench.
Yeah.
3 rebounds from Texas Tech's bench.
There you go.
Double-double.
And the assists were back up above. 16. You said 16. They got 18. 11 of those 16 came from your top 2 guards.
Yeah,
Caden Bradley and Caleb Love.
Yeah, and you can't expect 20 versus a Texas Tech team. You know, anything over 16 is a great game versus those type of guys. And you look at the 14 turnovers, when you go back and look at the tape, you're going to see about 5 of those that were just not on top of your game. So, again, there's plenty on the video coach is going to have to be able to show the guys that they can even play better than what they did today.
Those are the things we thought the Wildcats needed to do to win over Texas Tech.
Wildcats fans, that's a look at your keys to the game. They're brought to you by Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive, the dealership that is different.
All right, Kelvin Efon, final thoughts before we adjourn and get ready and turn our attention to first the Super Bowl and then to Kansas State.
Well, huge win versus Texas Tech. I mean, they beat you at their house, which, guess what? They supposed to do, right? And now come back with a little pressure. They're ranked. They've been on a hot streak, and you figure out a way to get it done. You figure out a way to get it done. I mean, almost Texas Tech style. The way
It was, guys, I just saw, it's literally the same. Arizona was down 3 with 5 to go in Lubbock. Texas Tech was down 3 with 5 to go here. So the Arizona just closed better, Kelvin. They just closed this game just like Texas Tech did in their home building.
There it is right there. And both teams defended their home court the way that you're supposed to. Again, Arizona had an extra little chip on their court because it felt like with those last 3 minutes J-Dub is talking about, they kind of got bullied around right there. It seemed like they didn't have enough energy. It was getting questioned whether or not they were playing too many minutes. Well, we haven't been hearing a lot of that lately because these guys have been taking care of business. So, again, you don't want to look too far and not cherish this win versus Texas Tech, but you get rewarded with Kansas State coming up, here soon. And, again, if they want an opportunity to win this Big 12, they got to, stay away from those pat on the backs and everything like that and make sure they stay locked in. Because you know what they say, a pat on the back is a setup for a kick in the rear end. So you tell the guys all the time, hey, man, just stay locked in, and you can continue to have this type of success.
All right, who you got tomorrow?
Man, I kind of got to go with the Texas boy and that quarterback, with Mahomes, man. Tell somebody to come and knock him off, man. I gotta roll with him.
Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, enjoy Super Bowl Sunday. Kelvin, we'll talk to you Tuesday afternoon.
Yes, sir. Dallas Texans, actually. The Kansas City Chiefs are the Dallas Texans, but I ain't going to say about that.
Well, that's true. You are right about that. You are right about that. Going old school history there. All right, 82-73 Wildcats win it. We've got one more break to take. We'll come back. We'll hear the head coach, get you your scoreboard, and get you on out of here to get sleep for Super Bowl Sunday. It is Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, now Game Morning. Well, Game Morning was actually yesterday. That's a redundant phrase, but you know what I mean. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290. Our Window Depot post-game coverage of Arizona basketball rolls on. This is Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day. The post-game show is brought to you by Broadway in Tucson, Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing, Drain Medics, First Choice Pools, Goldberg and Osborne, the injury lawyers, Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates, Lexus of Tucson, O'Reilly Chevrolet, Recon Auto Detail, Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Rockin' K, a master plan community designed by nature, Showtime Sports Cards, Tucson Police Department, University Termite and Pest Control, and by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived.
I love my weekend rides across Arizona. I travel with all the protection I need. Helmet, gloves, leathers, and the Eagle. Goldberg and Osborne. The Eagle fights hard to help injured riders across the state. Whether we're cruising through Carefree, slow riding in Sedona, or breezing through Bisbee, they find you doctors, manage medical bills, and get you back on your bike with the most money possible. Injured riding? The bird is the word. Visit Goldberg and Osborne at 1-800-THE-EAGLE.com.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Kia, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Kia, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Kia, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus or royalkia.com.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. In the top-rated Vail School District, Rockin' K is close to work, shopping, and services. Tour 18 model homes by top-tier builders, offering move-in ready homes and special incentives. LiveRockingK.com. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
It's cold outside and you need safe, reliable heat for you and your family. For a limited time, Picturock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is offering a free furnace with the purchase of a qualifying HVAC split system. For fast, reliable service, call Picturock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or picturockscooling.com.
The garage is more than a place to park your car. It holds prized possessions, and for most, it's a bustling entryway to the home. That's why LiftMaster designed the first ever opener with a built-in wide-angle camera and two-way audio, so you can see what matters and secure what's inside. Ensure your family and prized possessions are secure with a reliable garage door opener that's built to last and powered by MyQ for smartphone control. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit kaisergarage.com to learn more.
At University Termite and Pest Control, we handle all your pest problems. Maybe a few family ones, too.
Wait, you can even take care of my in-laws?
I always tell people we'll take care of anything, even in-laws. You just have to dig the hole.
Okay, but seriously, is it okay for our pets?
Absolutely. It's okay for pets, kids, anything you want to live, will live.
Call us today at University Termite and Pest Control. We'll squash those pests and enjoy it.
JT Auto, where customers are family. Trust your vehicle to JT Auto professional and reliable automotive repair and maintenance services. JT Auto is conveniently located off Fort Lowell and Country Club. Open Monday through Friday. JT Auto is a full-service auto shop with satisfaction guaranteed, offering you the best in tires and wheels, auto repair, oil changes, computer diagnostics, suspension and brake service, and heating and AC. Bring your car to JT Auto, where customers are family. 623-7066. That's 623-7066. Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Always trust the big guy. Mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair at coolwillies.com. Cool Willie's is proud to be a partner of the University of Arizona Wildcats basketball radio broadcast. Two powerful teams working hard for you to get the job done right every day. Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Big enough to help, small enough to care. Remember to mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair. coolwillies.com.
A Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your hosts, David Kelly, the captain, Kelvin Yvonne, and J.W. Madden.
Back to KJ. Lewis driving on Williams. Jumper from the right elbow is good. high degree of difficulty for KJ Lewis. That was over a great defense from Darian Williams. 14 on the night for KJ.
KJ Lewis would finish with 15 points, 6 rebounds, in an 82-73 win for the Arizona Wildcats over the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Final segment of our show, final chance for you to get in, 520-848-1290. Let's hear from the head coach of the Arizona Wildcats, Tommy Lloyd, after a 5th win in a row and a revenge win over the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
What's your bigs? They're huge tonight.
They're awesome. I mean, they've really developed. And I think one thing, let's not forget, I felt like we had one of the most dominant bigs in the country coming back this year in Mo Krivas. And, he's out, and these other guys have done an incredible job stepping up. I mean, we've always been a program that's taken a ton of pride in our bigs and their development. And listen, everyone's a work in progress, but, the way Henry and Tobe played today was pretty special. I mean, they really took the challenge of the physicality. And, Texas Tech's a hard team to play. I mean, they find one thing and they can pick on it over and over again. And they kept kind of going to, 15 top in on that short roll, and our guys did a good job battling. I mean, he made a few, but he missed a bunch. And so it was a heck of a battle and a heck of a basketball game.
Grant said that you felt your urgency this time around was much greater than the first meeting. Just your thoughts on that.
For sure. I mean, we've been talking a lot about habits, and I've told you guys about that, and you want to practice your habits and pressure moments. I mean, that's a really cool thing to be able to do. But we also talked about having a response. Texas Tech didn't get our best look, and I felt like we were right in the game last time. But, probably these games, at Lubbock, at Tucson probably really mirrored each other. The team that won probably controlled the game for the most part. The opponent is good and hangs around and gives themselves a chance. And then home court ultimately at the end was held. And fortunately we were able to do that today. I thought for the most part in the game, I thought we were in good position. But I feel like they had just a few timely plays, and whether it's a breakdown by us or just kind of a crazy possession. I think in the first half we're up 8 and playing a great defensive possession, extra pass. At the end of the shot clock, and loose ball, guy runs by, and I think they hit a 3. We go down on offense. KJ misses a wide open layup. I mean, how often is that going to happen? And they come down and hit another 3. I just feel like there was a lot of random scenarios like that. And when that happens, sometimes you just got to take a breath and say, we're fine. Don't panic. Stick to the process. And I thought our guys did an amazing job of that tonight.
The home court, obviously they had a great environment there. You had a good environment here tonight.
You were that good? That's good. Is that good on the Bruce scale? Not great?
Yeah, they're both good. I'd say.
You said they're great, and you said we were good. I mean, on your scale, I mean.
I was a big fan, but they were both good. I mean, what I'm saying is, how much of that affected what happened tonight? Just flipping the script as far as where you're playing.
Listen,
your guys have better.
We all know there's a advantage to playing at home. I mean that it's well known at college basketball. I think that, and us not playing, what we felt was up to our level of physicality or attention to detail. Obviously, we were able to address some things, from the last time we played them. But that being said, the margin of error was still really, really small, and luckily we were able to get out on the right side of that today.
Played Walker and Henry a few times together, a lot, if you will, and then you were able to go small too. So you kind of changed it up a few times in different ways.
When Trey goes out, our rotation changes a little bit. And to be honest with you, I mean, I did not know Trey wasn't going to play till closer to the game. And one of the things we were practicing initially was playing the 2 big lineup. I just thought it would be important this game. I thought we got crushed on the glass so bad by these guys last time. And listen, we were planning on playing 2 bigs to start out the season, and then Mo gets hurt. Things change. So I definitely think Henry and Tobe playing together can be something we can see down the stretch of this season, and I think there's a lot of advantages to it. I think Tobe did a great job defensively, no matter what position he played today. I thought Henry was really impactful around the rim today. Changing shots and then coming up with rebounds around the basket.
Grant said that he thought you guys were more physical than Texas Tech.
in every way in this game. Do you think that is just the nature of the team that you have, or do you think the Big 12 has maybe drawn that toughness out of it?
I've always thought we're a physical program. There's different levels to the physicality, obviously, with like Houston probably being at the top of the list. I've always felt like, I love physical basketball. It's nothing we ever shied away from. But I also know in this conference, you got to be built for it. And if you're not, you're going to get crushed on the glass. And, you're going to get crushed physically. And you can't wilt on your drives. Their guards aren't big, but they're really physical. Their guards do a great job as you start penetrating and get down by the elbow, just timing their contact just right to kind of knock you off your drive line. And so when you went back and watched the first time we played them, we got knocked off our drive line and we were doing things that I've never seen our guys do before. And that's a response to their physicality on defense. They might not be big, but they're physical and smart. And so I thought we did a much better job today just of kind of asserting our physicality on them across the board. And I'm sure if we end up playing them again, it'll be a knockdown, drag-out team where both teams are going to be throwing a lot of punches. So it'll probably be a very interesting game.
It was 5-6, and I think some of the fan base was thinking maybe it's an NIT year. And now here you've gone 12 out of 13 or something like that, and we're going to be ranked in the top 20 on Monday. What do you attribute this turnaround most to?
I mean, it's what we expected. I mean, I didn't expect to be 5-6, but I didn't panic. I mean, it doesn't mean there wasn't a sense of urgency. We rolled up our sleeves and figured it out. I mean, we're a program. We've never, acted like we're perfect or we're above losses. We're just like anybody else. And we got a bunch of great dudes. We got a great coaching staff that's all in. And we've rolled up our sleeves and we fought. But I also know this. There's a humbleness to it. And, we're playing a Kansas State team that's, probably as hot as we are. And they didn't start out like that. So I know going on the road, they look pretty good playing Kansas today. So, we got another challenge. I mean, we could be on a one-game losing streak come Wednesday morning. So I think you just have to have a game-by-game approach. And listen, the Big 12's been a ton of fun. Was it fun when we were 5-6? I don't know. Were we 5? We weren't 5-6. That's we weren't 5. We're 4-5. Yeah, we're 4-5. We're 4-5. Yeah, thanks. There you go, Bruce. There you go. We're back in good graces, Bruce. Thanks, God. Okay. Yeah, but you know what? I'll say this. I remember there's moments when I'm sitting at my table at home and I look right at the Catalina foothills and out the other side I got downtown, got great views, and it was tough. It was tough, but I also thought, man, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun trying to figure this out, and sometimes you just got to roll up your sleeves and you got to be built for it. And for me as a young coach, who's kind of a newer to this head coaching thing, we'd had a lot of momentum kind of constantly and never kind of played from behind. So it was great for us to learn how to roll up our sleeves and literally double down on what we do. Not panic, double down on what we do and rebuild it. And that's what we did. So to me, it's galvanized our program.
Along those lines, you guys have a peskiness to yourselves. I can't remember seeing that in the last 3 years, but this is a team that has that. Agree?
I mean, for sure. I mean, I don't know if I would agree that we didn't have it, but you have guys like JB and KJ. They're scrappy. I mean, Caleb's defense these last couple of games has been supreme. He's really rose to the challenge. Tobe. I don't know if he's scrappy or thumpy or whatever you want to call it, but he's something. He brings it. And Henry really responded today. These guys punked Henry last game. And so obviously we challenged Henry, and he was there for the fight today.
I did notice, he was banged up coming into the game with the hand, and then he was just diving all over the floor, a lot of physicality.
KJ's a stud, and KJ, he has a couple of layups that I know he's not going to sleep good tonight about, but he had a 20-point game, and he's playing a little bit banged up. The impact that he's having on our team is crazy. And what he's doing defensively, like that into that BYU game, there was a couple of possessions where they ran a couple of ATOs, and he literally guarded it by himself. Nothing we'd scouted, and it was super impressive. So, he's doing things on the court that are very unique and elite of the elite. And it's a huge reason that we're playing well right now.
He was almost a little too physical or too handsy, a defense picking up quick fouls.
Maybe.
Carter's kind of in that same boat from time to time.
Yeah, I mean, Carter's learning. I was worried about Carter and the fouls today, playing against a guy like Darian Williams who's really experienced, and it'll be a great lesson for Carter. I mean, I think there's going to be some really good things to watch for film, but there was also a lot of possessions where Carter's just length and athleticism and effort impacted the game, and I thought Carter blended into the game brilliantly today.
Out that
you kind of touched on that before, but did you challenge Caleb to be better defensively, or is this something he kind of took upon himself?
I told him, Caleb, you do whatever you want. I love you, man. Of course, come on, of course.
His career probably.
Of course we've challenged him, and he's rose to it. You know what I mean? Caleb, we all know he has an interesting story, but he's ours, and things haven't always come easy. And you know what? I'm hoping that down the stretch of his career, that he's able to put it all together for an extended period of time, and he has for the last couple of weeks. So, we're going to keep scratching and clawing for it, and we're going to keep challenging.
Once you found out that Trey wasn't going to play, did you decide to go with basically a 7-man rotation at that point? Consider.
We looked at some other options. We talked about some other things, but as the way the game played out, we just felt like that. I felt like that was what was going to give us the best chance to win. It's kind of tighten up that rotation, and a lot of teams in college basketball are doing that right now. Listen, I love having 8-9 guys. I have no problem with that. E-Man is Oklahoma State helped us. Conrad at A-State helped us. I love having those pinch hitters, and to me that says a lot about a program when your 9th and 10th guy can step in and pinch hit and say something. Today we just didn't really need much pinch hitting. We kind of went with the main guys.
You said yesterday you thought the Trey wasn't an issue. What changed?
Listen, all this medical stuff, Bruce, it's way beyond me. And Trey, he's not done for the year. I don't know if he'll play Tuesday. Obviously, I'm hopeful he will. Trey's an important piece to our puzzle, and he's a winner. He's a high character guy, and maybe this little break, and tending to this concussion will maybe kind of help reset him a little bit and allow him to kind of rest up and finish strong would be my hope.
Yeah. Coach, how important is the transfer portal to you, recruiting in the offseason, and can you speak to guys like Love and Bradley and how they kind of progressed down the stretch and how important they've been for you?
Yeah, listen, the transfer portal, it's here and it's probably here to stay, so it's an important part. And I think it's, when it comes to roster building and management, you have to be creative, and you can't be fixated on one thing. In Arizona's a program, I think we can go get 5-star recruits. I think we can get 3-star, diamonds in the rough. I think we can go find a transfer starter, All-American. I think we can find a transfer, role player. So I love the positioning of our program, overall. I think we're all those different pools of recruiting, and including international, gives us an opportunity every year to build a really competitive roster. And Love and Bradley are really good players. When you said transfer, for a minute I had to remember, that's right, they were transfers. Now that you have a guy's second year, I feel like they're ours forever. And so I love those guys, and I love their way they're playing. You can't say enough about JB. Rock solid, confident. He's getting to the point now where he's comfortable, and he's not even looking at me sometimes. He's calling the play, which, you know what, I love that. So I love what he's doing out there.
Last question here.
How much have you seen of K-State, and what do you think?
Listen, obviously they're really talented. They're really talented. They got some really talented players, and, for whatever reason, they struggle to put it together. That's not for me to figure out. I'm facing the team that's won 5 games in a row and just beat Kansas at home. And we're going on the road to play where Kansas just played. So I'm assuming it's going to be an awesome environment and incredibly challenging. And you know what? But I'm also assuming our guys are going to show up and we're built for it.
Did you get to know Jerome Tang on that Middle East trip, or did you?
A little bit. Did you?
Just talked to him once.
Okay. Yeah, a little bit. It was hard because both teams were kind of running parallel races. You know what I mean? We weren't like intermixed a bunch. But I've known Tang over the years, and he's a great guy. And, he's done a heck of a job there. So I know this. He's going to be bringing the energy on Tuesday.
Let's take a look at what happened around the rest of the country. The College Basketball Scoreboard is brought to you by Goldberg and Osborne. Goldberg and Osborne, the injury lawyers.
All right, that's the head coach, Tommy Lloyd, after an 82-73 win for the Wildcats over Texas Tech. Other games in the Big 12 today. You heard him talk about Kansas State. They win again, knocking off number 16 Kansas 81-73. So the Wildcats will likely be ranked higher than the Jayhawks come that game on Tuesday night. Number 5 Houston goes on the road to Boulder and wins by 10, 69-59. They're 11-1, so tied for first place with Arizona in the Big 12. 8th-ranked Iowa State ended their 3-game losing streak with an 82-52 win over TCU. It was Baylor.
They got their injured player back.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name? The shooter,
Milan Mamola.
Yeah. He's back. He had a good game.
Yeah. Good for them. That's what they need, for sure. Baylor knocked off Central Florida 91-76. It was West Virginia over Utah 72-61. Cincinnati gets a win over BYU by a count of 84-66. In terms of games in the top 25, the number 1 team in the nation lost. The number 2 team in the nation lost. Auburn falls to Florida 90-81. Duke loses at Clemson 77-71. Tennessee won, so they'll likely move up. They beat Oklahoma 70-52 today. The number 3 team in the country won. Alabama beat Arkansas, so Alabama could very well be the new number 1 team in the country come Monday.
Duke only lost because of a ball boy.
Oh, boy.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, so Cooper Flagg, he hit a couple threes. Like in the last minute of the game, he hit a couple of threes, and he was driving to the basket, and his left foot just completely lost traction, completely, DK, to the point where you'd have to see the replay, but it looked like somebody put oil on that spot on the court wherever his left foot landed. It was a really, really bizarre slip. Maybe a little more stick him on the bottom of his shoes, but there was a wet spot, and Cooper Flagg slipped on it on his way to the basket down the stretch of that game.
Ugh, that's never fun. Never fun. Great day here, though, in Tucson. Arizona women's basketball gets a win.
Lauren Swan gets it back out of the corner. Inside to Cunningham. She's not going to miss from there. Williams, triple try, off the window. The bank is open on a Saturday.
The bank is open. I don't know if she called that.
Jada Williams, 18 points. Brea Cunningham, 16 points. Wildcats beat the Sun Devils 66-59. Arizona State has lost 9 games in a row. Afterward, Jada on the offensive explosion in the second half, and what spurred that for the Wildcats?
Because it's our birthday this week. Yeah, it was a little birthday present, so we just not playing. I think we was taking those same shots in the first half. They just weren't falling. So just staying confident, staying ready, keep looking for that open person, and then we kind of went on a run. So everyone has adrenaline, everyone's going, everyone's denying the extra hard, everyone's going for the steal, things like that. So I think we all just came together at that point, and just happened to be me and Brea.
Yeah, happy birthdays this week. Happy birthday, Adia Barnes. Happy birthday, Caitlin Lowe, and what a win for her team today.
Alabama debut. Rocket shot right field. Off the glove of Pruitt. Up against the base of the wall. All 3 Cats score.
That's the ball game.
How about that? A walk-off. A walk-off for the Cats at a 9-1 win.
Darren Sutton and Kenzie Fowler had a chance to talk to Darren. He was at the basketball game after the softball contest. 9-1, the Wildcats knock off the 11th-ranked team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide. After the game, our Priscilla Mugwa caught up with the freshman catcher Emma Kavanaugh.
It's a fantastic win. It's an amazing team win from start to finish. I thought Stoddard coming out and just absolutely slamming the door was nothing short of fantastic, and I thought our hitting showed what we've done the last 2 months of prepping for Alabama, and it was just a fantastic feeling.
Okay, so this is your first time to play on the big nation like that. How you feel?
amazing. I'm jittery as all get out. I hit with my dad actually earlier today to relax my nerves because it's something that doesn't happen every day, and playing such a big team like that was just something I'll never forget.
So how was the team performing today?
Nothing short of amazing. I absolutely loved the way we performed, from hitting to pitching to defense. I thought we came with the right mentality of showing our energy, and I didn't think we did anything that could have gone worse. I think we did amazing.
So do you think you guys had like a moment you guys struggle to success or no?
I think yesterday actually our loss against Washington was tough. It definitely hit home for us, and I think we showed up today. Actually, I know we showed up today ready to win, and it was a big day. We had one game. Our whole focus shifted to Alabama, and it was fantastic.
So what's your mindset you're going to be for the next game?
For tomorrow, we get to face Washington again, and I know there are no nerves. We're walking in with the confidence that we just ruled a fantastic team, and we know we have it in us, and I think we're going to show it tomorrow, and I know we're going to do it, and it's going to be great.
This was actually a close game. It was 2-1 going into that bottom of the fifth, and Arizona scored 7 runs in that bottom of the fifth inning. 3 RBIs for Kyle Altmaier. She had the walk-off 2-run, the bases loaded double there. Sydney Stewart drove in a pair. Devin Netz also had a pair of RBIs, and the Wildcats get the win. 9-1. They'll play Washington, the Huskies. They lost to Washington last night. They'll play them again 11:30 first pitch at Hillenbrand Stadium to wrap up the Candrea Classic on Sunday. All right, real quick, tell you about Pima College. The ladies win over Phoenix 77-49 basketball. The men are 25-0. They win 98-62. Softball sweeps 2 games. They win 17-5 and 19-2 over Paradise Valley. And the boys swept, they split their 2 games with Paradise Valley, winning 4-1 and losing 10-2. So congratulations to great day on University and Park. Great day on West Anklam Road. Does not get any better than that. Shout out also to Rieta Donoff, the track star up at Pima. Broke her 4th school record in the 800 meters yesterday as well, with a time of 2 minutes, 18 seconds, and 31 as well. 2:18:31. All right. Final thoughts, J-Dub, before we adjourn to Super Bowl Sunday.
Really, really good win. Really proud of the energy and effort level that the Cats been playing with, especially defensively these last 10 games. Really looking forward to this Kansas State game as well. That team's been playing great. Big 12, man. I spent 40 years watching Pac-12 and and there's been some great Pac-10 and Pac-12 teams along that journey. However, very rarely, maybe 1 or 2 years, were there 6, 7, 8 NCAA tournament worthy teams. The Big 12 this season might not have quite the depth of the ACC or Big 10, DK, but as far as the top end of it, those 6, 7 teams, I'm looking at the net rankings right now, and there are 5 teams in the top 10. So 5 teams currently right now today in the top 10 net rankings. Great basketball. I'm really happy to have had a chance to go and see some of that game, and I hope that the people at McHale appreciate this level of basketball, because 35-point blowouts are great and all, but seeing competitive basketball time in, time out in that building, it's just a great thing. It's a great thing, DK, to see this level of basketball in Tucson.
It is. It's been a lot of fun. To kind of watch this team grow.
Also, now that we've been on for so long, we have to talk for another minute and a half. So break down the Super Bowl for tomorrow before we get out of here.
Like I said, I want the Philadelphia Eagles to win. I've got family in Philly. I kind of always root for the Philly teams when I'm not rooting for my teams. So that's what I'm rooting for. But it's like Calvin said, until you beat the man, I got to go with the man. And I just think that the Kansas City Chiefs will find a way, because they always do, to win big ball games. So I think Kansas City will win, although I'm hoping Philadelphia is the Super Bowl champions.
Yeah, same. I think, all those things you guys both said about Mahomes, and clearly he's, 27-1 in playoffs or whatever. But I'm just hoping for a good game. That's my wish for tomorrow, today.
There you go. All right. Cue the music. Or do we want to try to drag this out till 54 or 55
No,
or
we're
whatever?
good to go.
Top of the hour is approaching vastly. All right, so we will be back with you coming up on, well, we'll be back with you Monday for DK on the Sports Tip at 3 o'clock. Basketball-wise, we'll be back with you on Tuesday with Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day at 2:30 in the afternoon. Imagine that, an early game. Whoa, 6 o'clock? 6 o'clock tip-off.
Well, the last two have been 2 a.m.s for us, right?
Exactly.
2 in a row.
Two a.m.s in a row. And I still haven't finished my Super Bowl squares. I got to do that still tonight. Oh, see, that's what happens. I see nothing's changed. I waited to the last minute to cram for tests in college, and I'm still waiting to the last minute to do my Super Bowl squares for tomorrow. Yeah, so 2:30 Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day, 6 o'clock tip-off between Arizona and Kansas State. Thanks to Dusty Dale. He ran the board on the FM side today. Thanks to David Dragon Ball Amata, spinning the dials on the AM side. Thanks to Laith St. Clair on the scoreboard today with the Arizona Sports Enterprises. And as always, most of all, thanks to you for listening. For J.W. Madden and Kelvin Efon, my name is David Kelly, giving you that final score, final time, in front of a raucous crowd of 14,688 tonight at McHale Center. The number 20 Wildcats knock off the 13th ranked Texas Tech Red Raiders 82-73. Arizona remains in a first place tie with Houston in the Big 12 Conference. Have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great Super Bowl Sunday. We out of here. Bear down, Arizona. Be wild about the Cats.
Wild about the Cats. Bear down, Wildcat Nation. You've been listening to our Window Depot coverage of U of A basketball. The Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day post-game show has been brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed. Life well lived. Join us right here on Game Day for complete coverage of Arizona basketball. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
Up to a 30% upfront bonus and 12% per year guaranteed growth for retirement. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and these are the highest guarantees with annuities I have seen in my life. When interest rates are this high, there are silver linings, and annuity guarantees are one of them. Up to a 30% bonus upfront for retirement income. On $100,000, that's up to $42,000 guaranteed in the first year. And it's because of the economy and its high interest rates. Don't let anyone, especially another financial advisor, tell you it's not true. Up to 30% upfront just for opening an account and up to 12% per year guaranteed income growth. Don't miss out. This won't last forever. If you have an old 401k, get up to 30% upfront and 12% guaranteed growth for income today.
Call 321-4100. That's 321-4100.
Guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company.
Well, it's the first part of a new year, and some people are coming up with some pretty interesting New Year's resolutions.
I'm taking karate classes.
Hey, wait just a minute.
Let's get something really stupid tattooed on our butt.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why not make your New Year's resolution to always save up to 40% on your favorite tobacco products at Tobacco Barn? You'll not only save up to 40%, but there's also no city or state sales tax at Tobacco Barn because they're on the reservation.
I'm getting married to the first girl I meet. Hey there, sweetheart.
And you can save up to